Are we back? Can you hear me and any game? Because the meters are showing that you do. You hear music. Do you hear me? I can hear you. Okay, great. So we're back in action. So hold on, I'm just setting up my my internal thing here. You all can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to set up my like internal virtual environment where I have like chat over here and I have the gameplay in front of me. So that's what I was doing. If you're like, what is he doing when he's clicking around and the game's not moving? That's what. Does this order trick work? Absolutely. Hey, Seahawks, everyone. Pierce, welcome in. Hold you out alert for that one. Okay, one of these doors is apparently supposed to open. Anyway, I was equating... Oh, jeez, no, don't die. Get away, get away. The little bands like that are the ones that are kind of annoying. This is the only part of the game that I find very strange. Where did this thing come from? What are you doing here? You don't see the game? My lord, what kind of Mickey Mouse operation is this? Hold on. Oh gosh, I love it. I love it. What in the what is happening? All right, we're back. I'm waiting for Emmy to call this whole thing a Mickey Mouse operation. All right, are we good? Do you see me? Do you see sound? Do you hear me? I mean, you can't see sound, but can you? Right? All right, so I know I have to head this way, and one of those doors has to open. Okay, it's all working. Yep, welcome to Clay's Potato Stream. We're fine. We're fine here, chat. It's okay. Okay, one of these doors, according to Echo 1, should still have power. Head back up to this induction panel, and then we can reassess. But how would I know which ones have power and which ones don't? I'd like to think that this one sort of does. Oop. All right, let's do some scans really quickly. 60, 21, 19. And I think these warheads are the problem child.
These warheads are leaking radiation. They must be armed.
Well, clearly they're armed, my friend. Let's go inside of this thing. So yeah, I like difficult games. Some people like trophy hunting. So the drive that you have for difficult games is the same for trophy hunting, I would think. Whoa, what's this? Oh. Why is that one so low? So curious. Curiouser and curiouser. There seems to be something about this space that I should be thinking about. I mean, not that I want to hang out near this warhead, but you know, here we are, right? This is on PCVR, so it's the Oculus store. I wonder if this will make me explode. That was probably a bad idea. What am I doing in here? Oh my gosh, Seahawks, I would love to own a haptic suit. I don't think this is the right way. This is not the right way. This is not the right way. Let's get out of here. Let's reset. Let's reset. I would love to own a haptic suit. And in fact, the suits by We Haptics are some of the most popular ones. But they are so back ordered. They're like $400 a piece and they're so back ordered. It's kind of nuts. My shield is down, so we're gonna replenish the shield real quick. I think sometimes my poor laptop can't handle some of these heavier games, which is why I am a huge fan of wireless VR in general. How do I enter into this door, I wonder? He says one of these doors should be powered, but I don't really see a power mechanism for the door. We can try to head toward this light source here to see if that does anything for me. Yeah, we can try to head toward here. I don't really see anything I can do here. Let's head over here. Max, hello. Wait, hold on. This doesn't seem right. It's smoking. So confused. So confused. He said one of these doors should be open, and I don't really see where a door would be open. Let's get the flashlight on. The flashlight is really tricky, and I know why it's tricky. It's because the headset needs to track the I love VR. It's like one of my favorite things. VR is the future. Don't at me. Okay, so one of these doors needs to be active. You're on time, you are. Can you tell me the story again of what was happening with your MCAT? Because I remember I was very heavy into a boss fight for Ragnarok, and I just want to make sure that I, hear you out. What's happening? Okay, so, Piers, I feel like there's also a chat some time ago where you were asking me for recommendations, and I don't know if I ever gave you any. Did I give you some? So right now I'm stuck in this puzzle trying to figure out which door would have power. And I find it strange that it would send me this way without I wish it gave me something else. Yeah, it just gives me search the vessel. Okay, let's think. So we know we needed to come this way to find the safest path. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I will do that very shortly because we kind of just got back on stream. I still don't know what the helmet does, to be honest. I'm a robot. Like, what would a helmet do? More extra protection? Feels like this path feels right. Like, it's like maybe I need to come. Maybe I need to come this way. Like, this sort of feels right to me in order for me to cross over, right? So if I stop here and then I hook up my scanner, I'm literally exploding. 44, 141, that's not great. 87. This feels like I should feel in like this. It feels like it's sending me in here, which isn't so bad. I'm a sippy. Just give me a second. We're trying to make this work. Like maybe I do have to be inside of this cannon, and I don't want to be. Just look at this warhead. I feel like this would. Don't explode on me, warhead. Nope. Don't explode on me. Actually, let's just walk around you. Can I squeeze past you? Oop, no, please. I don't want to be your friend. 48. Feel like maybe I need to come down here. This feels open. Oh wait, over here. Stop. Okay, let's get our fuels back. Ooh. But why wouldn't I just fly over? All right, we're gonna hop over. Okay, this looks good. This shows promise. We're showing promise. All right. Beautiful. I'm also hoping that I didn't just do a big circle. Thanks for the lurk, friend. I was saying that I was hitting 50s. Yes, I remember that. Now the main section is 15 question, approaching what I need for. Right. But then there was something else I feel like you mentioned. Okay, this is a different room.
Radiation levels falling. The warheads here must be unarmed.
Oh, good. Get that extra shield and let's keep it moving. All right, so this was a warship, and I can't tell if it was fleeing something or coming to attack us, because that is unpleasant. Okay, radiation is falling. That's beautiful. Okay, this looks like an exit, but what's over here, I wonder? Okay, if we just hold on to this, I can turn this off. Does this do anything? Interesting. What's inside? Doesn't really do much for me, but it feels like maybe this should have something. Clearly, I need to interact with it at some point. Now let's flip this around. Now let's fly up into this door. So yeah, I'm playing through Disco Elysium, and then I'm exploring games that are crowd favorites that, like on my own time, that people absolutely love, just to see if maybe I'd be interested in something new. I got that fixed when I played Inscription, so I'm kind of seeing if there's something else. I've also considered playing some of the... What was that? The Yakuza games. This is sus and very dark. Oh man, this is like a horror game. And I'm kind of here for it, I'm not gonna lie. Is how it's all percentile based. Yeah, 80 percentile, I see. 53, 54 is 99 percentile. So I just have to get my score a few questions up in the next month, and I have a little work to do. I think that's awesome, dude. Oh, these were doors. Those. This is so creepy. Okay. All right, we got this, chat. We got this. I don't know what these do. But we got this. Like, what do we think this is? Nothing. I can't really interact with it. Oh, man. What do we have? We have spores, and we have a creepy little eyeball that keeps following us around. Like, why do we think we'd survive this? And I wonder if... Here's my thought on the story so far. I wonder if this ship was escaping some extraterrestrial attack, and the biomass, all those little bulbous things that you see, is part of the alien race, kind of like the Zerg from StarCraft. Whoa. I feel like I want one big circle, but that's okay. What? Did you hear the laughing? Okay, so this thing was escaping an attack. It was part of some war, right? And that's why we see all these torpedoes that are embedded in the ship's side that didn't explode. And it escapes just, I was gonna say just in time, but there's no life on this thing. That's my guess. That's my guess, chat. Let's see if I'm right by the end of this. All right, what do we have here? Okay, something is powering that, but not quite. What about this side? I don't see any sort of power elements over here. If you're wondering what I'm looking for, you see these arrows? Those arrows kind of show you where there's power sources or something's lit up. Okay, so this screen lights up, so just like this arrow system. You're oddly quiet, Echo. All right, let's see if we can keep going. Main problem isn't content, it's to standardize exam parts like logic to apply my answer. The questions, how they want them answered to be deemed correct. Man, for you to even be doing that? That is nuts. Did you see that torpedo? So the torpedo, so that, yeah, my theory still holds. My theory still holds. My theory is that the torpedo is from the alien race that was trying to attack this ship. And that is why emergency beacon. But how do I open you? This feels like this is a trace. This is a breadcrumb from Liv. But how do I get up there? You have to go up, huh? No way to open this door from here. And no way to saw through either. All right, so let's go down, down, down. And let's look up. Yep, just like last time, eh? Just like last time, we gotta go up and over. Ooch, don't touch this. Don't touch this, don't touch this, don't touch this. There's the eyeball. It's somebody is looking at me. Somebody's watching me. What's behind me? And eyeball's gone. And eyeball's gone again. Happy Saturday! Now, Sound and Vision, you know what the problem is. Since you gave me this name, I cannot change VR days to any other day but Saturday. Like, what's gonna happen if I want to do VR on a Thursday? You know, have you thought about that? He's like, not my problem, Clay. You figure it out. I posted a tweet that I thought was interesting. And it was someone, I've been watching a bunch of, we all watch YouTube videos. And one of the videos was like, the PlayStation VR 2 is going to be the savior of VR. And I was like, what now? Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for VR. Very excited for VR, but the savior of VR? Let's hold our phones for a hot second. I know you do. Feel free to keep making puns. I enjoy them. Okay, so we're still looking for Captain Olivia Rhodes, and who is clearly like my best friend. Okay, so here we have an issue. You see these things pulsing? Oh, like seriously? Seriously, guys?
Oh, that was repulsive.
It was
The
very
cysts appear
repulsive.
to react to external energy sources, just like the biomass. Only the reaction is much more
Oh my lord.
hostile. I'll need to steer clear of them.
Well, I'm gonna have to, but look at all these little bulbous things. So my theory is still that this ship. Oh wait, no, they. Oh my lord. Can I? Are you gonna blow up? I don't know if they're gonna blow up. I just feel like they're gonna blow up any minute now. This is not a good look. You're worried it's gonna tank just due to possible lack of support? Yeah, today I've used the hello. How are you? Sorry, the color of your name is messing with my visuals. But hello, person who's dropped the cat. I don't know why I can't read your name from inside the headset. I'm using the Quest 2 because I have the Quest Pro. The Quest 2 is really great for me for gaming. Oh Lord, have mercy. Ah. Ooh. Look how smooth that was. Call me the VR king. Yeah, even though the visuals for the Quest Pro are really great, the Quest 2, I wanted it to be fully wireless today. And so I have a battery pack strapped to this that the Quest Pro doesn't come with the battery strap yet. It doesn't have a battery attachment. And I have to be wired in order to Ooch. You just have to move fast past those bulbous thingies. Let's go this way. So yeah, that's the main reason. Quest Pro visuals are really strong. So I plan on continuing to use the Quest Pro when I can. Feels like this is where I need to go because that looks like a dead end. Sort of like a dead end, but not quite. What's this way? Easier for, because there's a couple reasons. One, my hand, like if I were to just flip this up for a second. One, I can do this with the Quest Pro and I can with Quest 2, and I can't do this with the Quest Pro. There's little hinges on the Quest 2 that allow me to flip the headset up and down so I can quickly do this while keep the game going. The Quest Pro doesn't allow for any sort of flippage, which kind of sucks. Then the PSVR 2 will also have that little latch, which is going to be really nice to do. Second, the Quest 2 It's been out for a couple years, so there's a lot of third-party straps that work really well. So I have the Kiwi straps here for the Quest 2 that allow me to kind of keep my fingers loose while still holding onto the controllers. So if I needed to do anything, stretch my hands out or anything like that, I can do that. The Quest 2 doesn't have the best tracking hand-wise. The Quest Pro has better tracking. And so since I have the battery pack with the Pro here and it's attached to my face, I feel like I have a lot more, it's like attached to my face this way as opposed to sitting on top. I feel like I can do a lot more with my head movements. So those are reasons why I choose the Quest 2 over the Quest Pro, but I actually prefer the Quest Pro when I'm doing more like sit-down VR games, or if I'm doing if I'm actually working in VR. Sometimes I actually do that, have second screens, or things like that. So that's what I prefer the Quest Pro for, is more like casual gameplay things. This one's a little bit more for my like intense Beat Saber moments, that kind of stuff. So technology has been over 100 years. Actually, the Quest has been the best so far from the same tech. Dang it. What technology are you talking about? Like the hinges? Hinges? And yeah, so I can attach an external battery to this, which I can't do for the Quest Pro. So the Quest Pro battery life is only going to give me an hour and a half. With this attached battery, I can get closer to 4 hours of gameplay on a Quest 2. And it allows me to be fully wireless without having to plug it in. So yeah, I don't think PSVR... Here's the thing, y'all. I hate this debate because there's always this weird debate amongst VR enthusiasts where they're like, we want more PC VR quality games, like this kind of stuff. And there's a whole slew of people who believe that the Quest 2 ruined VR because developers have to essentially work on what is essentially a mobile chipset. Oh my goodness, I really have no shield? I almost died this whole time and y'all didn't tell me? Awesome. And so because it's working on what essentially is a mobile chipset, the games, wow, this is gorgeous. The games have to be, this is gorgeous. The games have to be downgraded, visual wise. This is bananas, chat. What in the world is happening in this game? I just cannot believe this. This is so well done. So visually, the games are a little less stunning than they would be if there are a PSVR. Like this game would never run on the Quest 2 as it looks today. That said, where's my finger? That said, there are fantastic games that I've played that look really great on the Quest 2. Red Matter 2, okay, is another one. Iron Man was purely Quest 2. I was going to say Resident Evil 4, but Resident Evil 4 obviously is a GameCube port. What's over there? I don't even know what I'm doing in this space. So people can do it. And the chipset is only going to get better with time. I think we have to be patient. PSVR will not be the savior of VR, but PSVR is going to help contribute build into more interest for VR, I think. Okay, this doesn't feel right. Where am I headed? Stunning though. I'm interested to see what you think of PSVR. Did you even try the original one? I didn't. My first entry into VR was the Quest 2. Actually, the fun fact, my very first entry into VR was the Gear VR, which was the headset that Facebook and Samsung put out together, where you can attach your Samsung phone. You can attach your Samsung phone and then have some VR here. So it looks like it wants me to explore whatever this is. So what I can tell is this ship is come from either another universe or, hear me out, chat, the future. And it feels like maybe this ship was a warship for humans in some future, and we were trying to escape. And because of that, maybe we set something up on the side of Saturn as a retreat point for warships. Kind of like that one, what's that one movie with Chris Pratt on Amazon where you have to go into the future? People use the same excuse for PlayStation for being supported and Xbox for having subpar version. It's not necessarily how good it looks, it's how well it performs. Yeah, it looks really good. And so I hear you on the Quest thing that it doesn't look as good, but because of being able to have a portable VR headset that is completely disconnected, right? Keep in mind, the PlayStation VR 2 is still a wired headset. So all the processing happens on the PlayStation 5. When you have a mobile chipset and you have a portable device like the Quest 2 is, you are now allowing for cheaper price points, and you are now getting it in the hands of many to participate. If you wanted to do exclamation point rant, this is probably appropriate. So it doesn't, for me, I have a lot of fun with native Quest 2 games, even though they, we'll put it in quotes, don't look that good, but they actually look fantastic. I think people are just trying to call something out. And then the last piece I want to share. PlayStation is toting 37 launch titles with the PSVR 2. And again, I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I will definitely buy like 3 or 4 of them without a doubt. But don't forget that 80% of those titles came from Oculus Studios. Okay, so there isn't a ton of first-party IP native VR that PlayStation has developed yet. We'll put an asterisk on yet. The only 2 they have are Gran Turismo and Horizon Call of the Mountain. Given that Gran Turismo is not even a full VR port, it's just a VR adaptation because the game already exists. So that's my stance. Whoa.
What have we here? Echo Unit Prototype Android. Obsolete design. Designation Jack.
What?
Interesting.
You know who I am?
My firewall has classified you as malicious code. Identify yourself.
I am called Apollo, tactical AI construct on the Estrella. You're on board my ship. I mean you no
Apollo.
harm. In fact, I need your help.
What?
My captain is missing in action. I can't help you.
On the contrary, some of my primary systems are damaged. I require a physical entity to fix them, which is why you are such an auspicious find. I would propose a bargain. You help me repair my cortex, and I'll help you find who you're looking for.
You've already invaded my core systems. Why should I trust you?
The nature of the repairs will require you to access my essential systems, a significant risk on my part. Consider it a trust-building exercise. I understand what I'm asking is difficult, but neither of us has the time for careful considerations.
Interesting.
I suggest you decide quickly. You know where to find me.
I mean, I don't really think I have another option, do I? You know? So yeah, there are a bunch of PSVR 1 games ported from the Quest 2, and they still look good to me. Star Wars Pinball, for example. They need to make their own games. Insomniac should be making PSVR 2 games. They love to do VR. Correct. Stormland, a game that I'm considering playing on this channel, is also a VR title that was developed by Insomniac for Oculus Studios. So
Let me know when you have made your decision.
I'm talking to chat, Apollo. Can you give me a second, please? So yeah, I would love for them. I think if I were Sony, my thinking is that they'll release the PSVR 2, 37 launch titles, try to see how the Horizon Call of the Mountain works with Gorilla. If they feel like there's an adoption rate, a strong adoption rate, then they'll start to invest more through the PlayStation Studios element. They are also porting over their RE7 and 8 games to VR, which are also going to be pretty good, hopefully. So I'm excited for that too. They're just making VR gimmick games, sort of like 3D. Used to be them okay with it. Why are you okay with that? As long as they're also making them non-VR, nothing worse than seeing a really good game that's VR only. Case in point, Alex. They were making Oculus games at the same time as doing Spider-Man, correct? So I'm hoping Sony pumps money in the ecosystem, because the only thing that's killing VR, really, if it is, because it's not, let's be real, nothing's killing VR, is the lack of an ecosystem. And that's why Oculus and Meta are reigning supreme, so to speak, because they have the headset, the tech, and they have the library. You can't get this library, some of these Oculus libraries, anywhere else.
I have some questions before we begin.
Because I want to know what's
Fixing my
happening.
cortex will likely take some time. If you begin the repairs, I'll do my best to satisfy your curiosity.
Fine.
Where do I start?
My heat sinks are depleted. They must be refilled from the coolant reservoir. You can access the heat sinks from the maintenance consoles.
I was going to say, this thing speaks English. Yeah, I couldn't reach that one. I guess I could have. Yeah, see, sometimes these old games don't get adjusted for the new tech, so sometimes you get these little interaction issues. Oh, you're over here. Okay. Cool. So yeah, they need to build the ecosystem, and I think Sony is building the ecosystem now with the help of the Oculus games, which, you know, I'm not opposed. Like, that's fine. But the other issue that Sony's going to run into is the cost of entry, and that's what Oculus also did really well. Coolant valve controls. So we have two of these. This one has a double panel. Interesting. Let's see what this does. It just kind of moves that over. What does this do? Oh. How do I know where it should go? I'd be fine with Sony making good VR games that they port to PC VR sooner than their regular console games. 100%. Heatsink controls. Oh, so these are the heatsink.
Raising heat sinks.
The neighboring controls actuate the coolant valve. Use it to refill both heat sinks.
For some reason, Oops. And honestly, I think Sony can do a fantastic job.
Good. The process is working. Coolant transfer in progress.
Slide over. I also think Valve needs to go back making VR games too. They can't put out a game like Alex and then nothing else forever. I hope Apollo doesn't screw me over.
Transfer complete.
Now, return the heat sinks to their enclosures.
This game is really well done.
I've been operating at diminished capacity since we came under fire. You have no idea how good that feels.
What did happen here?
Yeah, I
We
want to
were
know.
attacked by an enemy cruiser.
Right?
They deployed some sort of biological agent I haven't previously encountered.
Right!
The
That's what I
resulting
said.
damage was catastrophic. The power surge damaged part of my neural processing net. You'll need to enter my cortex below and repair the damaged cores.
Who attacked you?
Tactical data on the conflict is restricted. I'm unable to share that information.
Interesting. Alright, is there something else? Okay. What are these things? But it's good to have a friend to talk to again. That's kind of nice. So I need to get down there somehow. But how? Can I just drop down? Nope, this looks like a floor. If Sony made VR games that were only for VR and only made sense for VR, I'm okay with that. I just don't want them to make a really good game in VR only that would also make a great non-VR game. I get that, yeah. I think if they could do that, Leviathan, they would be more inclined to release it for flat than VR. I've read before that they would like to make games that work for both, like RE7 and 8 do. Right, like a game like God of War would never fly here. What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do here exactly? Apollo? It just kind of wants me to... Alright, let's look at the mission again. Enter the lower level. The how of that seems peculiar, particularly interesting. How do I enter the lower level?
My cortex is located below us. Look for an entrance to the lower level.
Or, Apollo, hear me out, since this is your ship, you can tell me where that is. So yeah, my thing is this. We need to stop claiming a savior of VR. I don't think VR needs to be saved. I think it's very early. I wonder if I can go in through these coolant sections. Here we are. Maybe? Oh yeah, here we are. Beautiful. Let's drop down. And I think the world needs...
Parts of my cortex have experienced damage. I will attempt to identify the malfunctioning cores.
Okay. Thank you. Replace the scrambled AI. Whoa. Okay. So I think it needs to have both, right? There's no one savior of VR. The Quest and the PSVR need to coexist in order for people to care. Okay, so we have an I/O port, but what do I do with it?
This looks like an electronic interface.
You can use your scanner to upload to the rewrite terminal.
Ah, beautiful. Upload to the rewrite terminal, eh? Is this not the rewrite terminal? Seems like a scan point to me. Where would I rewrite terminal be? This feels right. I mean, I hear you. It's as though something's missing from it, though. It's like I gotta plug something in, perhaps, like one of these, with this little arrow on it. Let's get mainframe access, yeah?
Damaged core acquired.
I can repair the logic circuits using the rewrite terminals on the center column.
Beautiful.
Bring the core there.
What's trippy?
Logic core in place.
Beautiful.
Scan the I/O port to transmit the necessary data.
Where's this I/O port?
Upload complete.
Rewriting logic core protocols. Firmware instructions reset. Please seat the core back into my cortex.
Oop.
Logic core repairs completed.
Establishing new connection.
Beautiful. All right, we got more.
What sort of ship is this? I have no record of a spacecraft so heavily armed.
I'm sorry, Jack. The Astrea's tactical specifications are restricted.
Patching neural net.
Uplink successful. Restoring logic connections. There are more damaged cores. We'll need to replace them all before I can bring my systems back online.
All right, we're working on it.
What function do you serve aboard the Astrea?
I am in charge of tactical advisory, targeting, and fire control systems. I am also in charge of managing emergency situations.
Like now. The other thing, too, it's funny, you just mentioned mind control. Unless the technology comes on where the entire VR experience is controlled with your mind, not your body. So, you want to know something cool? We're getting there. If anybody has time to Google and they're not doing anything else, is technology being built where people are tapping into your spine like a neural network to help you do controls in VR. If I find it, I'll post it in Discord. But not just VR, anywhere really. And on top of that, one of the technology...
I need to repair all my damaged logic cores before I can bring my systems back online.
I'm aware, Apollo. Just give me a second. Great. You also have a floating one. Also, one other piece. The PSVR 2, as well as the MetaQuest Pro, both have eye tracking. Arguably, the PSVR 2 is showing up a little bit down there, showing up a little bit better in how they use it. And so one thing I'm really excited to show you all is, okay, we'll put it back in there, is how I can select menu items with my eyes and then simply just press a button to select that item. So I don't actually have to move my hand to do it. How cool is that? I'll just use my eyes to select the menu item. It'll make things like in games, weapon selection so much faster. Oops. And then probably some other cool applications for it, because I've seen people beta test being able to type by just using their eyes. I'm feeling so good in this game right now. It's very smooth.
Core linkages restored. Half of my cortex is back within established parameters.
I'm happy for you.
Your ship arrived at great speed. How do you maneuver a vessel of this size?
The Estrella utilizes a Category 3 Casimir faster-than-light propulsion system powered by spatial dilation. The size of the craft is irrelevant.
Faster-than-light travel is currently impossible.
On the contrary, a vessel of this size would be impractical without FTL propulsion.
You hear that? FTL propulsion. How cool is that? That is so crazy. We've figured out this is totally the future. This has to be the future. And then in my mind I thought, how is he speaking English? But then I think, oh well, he's tapped into my neural network, so he's speaking whatever language I need to speak. Where do you need to go, AI core? I feel like you're somewhere here. Hold on. So yes, eye tracking is wicked cool. I'm excited to demo that. And I'll probably do a very special day where we unbox the PSVR 2 on stream. Okay, that looks good. So you see how much I have to look up and over? I prefer not to do that with the Quest Pro, because sometimes I just worry that it will fall right off my head. These all look good. These all look good. Ah, here it is. This is actually really chill and peaceful, and I'm a huge fan.
Nearly there. The final core should bring all my systems back online.
Yes, but where is it?
Tell me about your ship's origins.
I'm unable to share relevant military data with a civilian model.
You are the worst AI. Where are you? Where's the broken one? Where are you, broken one? You're somewhere around here, but where? Ah, are you up here? Hello, welcome in. The eye tracking is so cool and also helps optimize the processing for better graphics in your line of sight. Correct. Exactly right. Because then it doesn't have to process graphics in your periphery. It just has to process them in your specific line of sight. And you can also blur things out in your peripheral vision so you can focus on the thing that you want to do. And that's gonna go for like things like this, right? But what if I could just simply look over, look at it, press a button, and it like magnetizes to me instead, which is fine. I don't mind having to fly and get it because that's part of the experience, right? Part of the immersion is being able to fly and get this thing. I've gotten so much better with the movement on this. I'm so happy. Tooch. Hello, banana. All right, where should you go again? You were up here somewhere. Oh, over there. Here we go. Oops. Remember when I started this game and I was a disaster with the motions?
Excellent work. All logic faults have been resolved. Thank you, Jack. I
Thank you,
admit,
Apollo.
I had my doubts that a prospecting model could perform such a procedure.
Well, I got no
Return
choice,
to the
buddy.
main terminal above. You should be able to fully restore my systems.
Ah, that's right. There was an exit this way. Great. I need to find Olivia. This is not where I thought this story was heading. That's for sure. I think it's the first time you're watching me play this. You haven't been to a VR stream in a while? This is the third week I've been on this one. All right, Apollo, tell me where my hero is. Where is my captain, Olivia? Are you gonna tell me or are you gonna be weird about it?
Core functions online. Testing neural network connections. All systems optimal.
Beautiful.
Now, to locate my crew.
Yes, please.
That wasn't our arrangement.
Yeah, what happened to Olivia?
You're supposed to help me find Liv.
You misunderstand me, Jack. To locate your friend, I'll need to connect to the ship's diagnostic systems. That will require an officer's command codes. Your goals and my goals align. I've restored power to the exit. In emergency situations, all essential personnel are evacuated to a command bunker. We should seek them there.
Freaking Apollo. That wasn't a deal. Oh, you've been only monitoring chat. Oh, okay. That's like a cool hack for mod duties. Wow. I'm still smitten with how good this looks. But maybe worries him about us making us watch ads eventually. Nah. No way, you can't tell. Could you tell, really? I don't know. Was it Troy Baker? There's no way it couldn't have been Troy Baker. There's no way it could be Troy Baker. Speaking of Troy Baker, hold on. Speaking of Troy Baker, tomorrow, episode 2. I always think I'm dancing like this, and I feel like my wife's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Okay, let's open up this gate and see where Liv is. These daggone torpedoes, I swear. "8 p.m. CST." But I'm EST. This thing's gonna shoot some spores, isn't it? I just feel like it's gonna shoot some spores at me. Why do I want to talk about the biomass?
Do you have any intel on the biological investigation?
Oh, I can talk to Apollo
Tactical data
now.
is limited at this time.
Nice.
Based on my preliminary analysis, a weaponized superorganism, polymer-based synthetic, capable of consuming all carbon-based chemical structures. Physical contact with active material is not advised.
I'm aware. Very much aware. Ah, great. Great. So we were able to open that. Upsy daisy, yeah? And then there's some controls here. Good. Okay, there's some controls here. Great. Carmen watching VR plays VR dance, right? Hey, 100%. You think I wouldn't recognize the sexiest voice? No, was it really Troy Baker? There's no way it's Troy Baker. I can't even tell anymore. He's everywhere in this. Does so many different voices. Blue, how are you, Blue? Good to see you, friend. Open up. Yeet. Slide. 1, 2. And let's see what shenanigans are in here quickly. Oh my gosh, it's Troy Baker. So Apollo plays. That's crazy. That is crazy that you recognize that. Let's get out of here because that thing's gonna go back and it's gonna be unpleasant. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Ah. No. 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 Dang it.
The slightest contact with the biomass can result in hardware failure. Use caution.
I'm aware.
Jeez. It's Apollo in the game Lone Echo. Or I think it's Apollo at least. Well, I mean, I know who Apollo is, but so we're gonna have to move fast, chat. We can't do this little slow pace thing. We're gonna go full send. Full send. You'll see me dancing around because the direction of this stuff is handled by the Oh, that's me. Echo 1, that's my name. Alright, we're gonna have to full send. Full send. Ah! No, I had it! Dang it!
Your emergency backup protocols show impressive response time. 0 data loss from the biomass.
Leave me alone. No, I'm the hero. Well, I'm the main character. There's 2 main characters, but I'm the main one. I'm looking for my second main character, Olivia Rhodes. Malachi Gaming, thank you so much for the follow. Hey, Awful, how are you? I didn't realize that this was Troy Baker. Now I'm even more in love with Troy Baker. Hi, Awful. What makes this awkward? These random testicle-looking things here? Those? What is this? Listen, don't ask too many questions. Okay? Because You don't want too many questions. Or maybe instead of full sending it, I shoot him. Ah, we're gonna have to piecemeal this together. I see. All right, cool. We'll just have to do this slow. We're not doing full send like we were doing. We're doing this slow and methodical. Standard issue. Clay, Malachi, how'd you find me today? Come on, reach. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Clay, be better. Clay, Clay is Bud from Halo. I don't even know what that is. Clay trying to play VR games to escape from Troy Baker being in every single AAA game he likes. This is true. The light, for some reason, it's not consistent. All right, so we can get rid of a few of them, and then we're gonna have to full send the rest. Sort of, anyway. I mean, I have a good shield, so I can take some damage. But awful, what is your question? This is nothing, this is pretty much the standard issue VR Clay. Nothing to see here. Oh, what? Oh, come. Yes, awful. Please explain. I see no issues. I'm trying to understand what your issues are. It's always RE4. It's always RE4. I hope you knew that, though, going into this. Okay, we got a little pause here. Okay, we have to be strategic. Let's plot our path, chat. We want to go straight here, maybe. The blobbiness is just the larvae. Please, no nightmares have come to life. My nightmares. Hey, that's sort of true, but I also play some other RA games. Oh, there goes my other body. Look at that. That's me. That's me, chat. Oh, no! What blew up? Full send. No! Full send, get away! Even Apollo stopped talking to me because he's like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Oh yes, I should hydrate. Oh no, dang it! Let me hydrate before I end up get back in here. The hydrant didn't do it. It was just me being bad at games. I should have the time in here. at some point. Oops. Ended up doing pass-through really quickly by mistake. My left touch battery is low. I'm aware. How low? All right, chat. Let's do this once and for all. All right, we can get this guy. We can get this guy, right? That's the danger. The danger isn't the explosion of these things. The danger is how they come at me sideways. No! Come! Why? The turn on the flashlight is always so wonky. Thank you. Fires a sleep dart. Please fire a sleep dart at Nanners. But here's one of my bodies. Hello, former body. That's pretty terrifying, actually. That's pretty bad, huh? Is this one we get on Banana's case? Because we should. I'm a big proponent of sleep. I don't mess around. All right, chat. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen. That's one of my other bodies. Okay. Seems like I can't get... Whoa. Radiation. Why is radiation so daggone high? I just gotta go full send, huh? No! Okay. Trigger Troy Baker, make him talk to us. But I don't have any, he doesn't have anything to say. Troy Baker's gonna talk soon once I get past this area. Tell Troy Baker to tell me to get good. Yeah, Troy Baker has nothing to say. Was it really Troy Baker for real though? You looked it up? He's going to. First off, it's not my fault that this is your first time seeing this game. I've been playing this game for 3 weeks. He's been talking to me for 3 weeks. Wow, that sucks. It's possible that I need to do this slowly. I don't like that my shield's being depleted, but I feel like this is my only option. Yikes. Okay, okay. Full send wasn't working before. Shields are down to half. Okay, this is the furthest I've been. Shields are still down to half. We have this pull. You really think that's Troy Baker? You didn't even look it up, you just believed it was Troy Baker? No, no, no. No. Ooh, did I make it? I made it. Oh my lord. Are you serious, game? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. This is so ridiculous. This is so unfair. This is unfair. I'm gonna have to crouch chat. Hold on. Hey, burnt toast. See, I know my choice. Hold on. Everybody. Shh, 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 shh. Shh, 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 shh. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Please. Shh. Charge! Not that much charge. You can't do too much charge. Just too much charge gets me into these little testicle-looking things, and we don't want that. We don't like testicles. Full send. Full send.
You're nearly there.
Woohoo!
The crew quarters are in this wing,
Thank
just
you.
beyond the main control room.
Nice, we did it, chat. Good job, everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Blue, where are those emotes from? Because you always use them. It's like your signature, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so crew quarters. We're finding a crew. So we are looking for Captain Olivia Rhodes, who vanished during the entry of this ship into our solar system. I'm not sure if this ship follows the same timeline as our current, as we know, human life. However, here we are. And these are Saturn's rings. How cool is that? Should we go look at Saturn real quick? Let's go look at Saturn real quick. What's this? Induction panel. Let's get our shields back. And then we'll look at Saturn, see if we can look at Saturn from that window. Oop. Shields are going up. Are they going up? Huh. Interesting that our shields aren't going up further than... You see that? They're not moving up higher. Wonder why that is. Maybe it's the radiation. Let's look at Saturn, y'all. Oh, we can't even see it. It's over here. This is a dark side of Saturn, and these are the rings. Okay. This is Blue Decay. No, it isn't. Burnt Toast Eater, hello. What are we playing, Clay? We are playing a game called Lone Echo. And I love explaining the story because I have so much fun with it. The story is, I am an android, a humanoid android rather, and I was working alongside the ship. I can't remember the ship's name. And there is a human captain by the name of Olivia Rhodes. And I'm just sitting here doing my own thing, mind my own business. And she was getting ready to essentially pack up and leave. And then we noticed a random anomaly on the side of Mars. We've been mining the moons of Mars for resources, apparently. So, not Mars, Saturn. So we noticed a very strange thing happening in Saturn. We started to try to investigate what happened because it caused a bit of electrical interruptions amongst our ships and our mining facilities. I get a better sense of what Saturn looks like here. Ah, here's another view of Saturn. Here you go. Our ship was somewhere over here. And this is a lot of this is rocks, but some of this is debris from the anomaly. So while we were investigating the anomaly, we realize that the anomaly seems to be a portal from somewhere else. I'd like to think it was some place else, but maybe it was some time else. I'm really sticking to my time theory here. Okay.
This is the TACCOM station. We can scan the ship from the terminal here once we've awakened the crew. The cryo chamber should be nearby.
We're awakening a crew? Was this supposed to open? I feel like I wasn't supposed to close that. Let's open that back up. Ah, here's the station. So what I'm learning as I'm trying to figure out, so what I've learned so far is we got separated during the re-entry of this ship, and now I am searching this ship for Olivia, my human partner. She's left these emergency beacons around, so I think she's still on the ship. But the issue that I have is I don't know when that was. Because all that happened was things exploded and then I re-awoke in my ship. And so now I'm looking for Olivia. I've met this fine gentleman, his name is Apollo. And Apollo this is broken. Apollo is the AI of the ship. And he's like, hey, Clay, I need your help. I see you're looking for someone, but I need a human body to help me. Not a human body, but I need a body to help me restart things and find my crew. So I'm like, bet, I'll help you. That's pretty much how it went down. And so now I'm helping him in hopes that he helps me find Olivia Rhodes. This is not turned on. I'm sure it has to do with this thing. So that's the story. Wait, what are we talking about? Apparently there's a low echo too. We're playing that after we do Titanfall. Well, it depends. Are people even interested in this game? Did you like what you see? What do you want me to do here? So I have to revive Apollo's crew. Reach the stasis pod chamber. Is that the only objective here? Yeah. Reach the stasis pod chamber. All right, let's go to it, I guess. Something seems sus about this whole thing. Do I have to go in there? Guess I have to.
Don't be suspicious.
I'm trying not to be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
It has Troy Baker on it, so now you're trying to be interested. Well, we're trying to find this person's crew. If the story's good enough, let's do it. I usually don't like to play sequels back to back. I've never been that person. Can I revisit? Right? That's not on. The power's not on. Okay. Well, now we're here.
This is it, Jack. We have arrived at the cryo chamber. Some of the pods are still operational.
I don't know.
To revive the crew, we'll need to restore the power grid.
Am I
How can I
gonna
reach the power systems?
The emergency generator is beneath us. Look around for a utility hatch.
Am I gonna be okay doing this? Do I want to do this? I'm trying not to be suspicious, but let's be real. It's just robot talking to robot at this point. And before you say, Clay, doesn't that look like a utility hatch? I'm aware that it looks like a utility hatch, but it also looks like the entrance I just came out of. Just give me a second, okay? Look around for a utility hatch. You guys are like, why do you do this to me? What is this world? Look at this helmet. Do you think they're human? Do we think these people are human? If I have to go with my theory, I think the answer is yes. Is that a utility hatch? Not quite. Or maybe the utility hatch is above me. Perhaps? Maybe, utility hatch. Where's utility hatch? Burnt toast? That's why it's there. Have fun with it. If I were a utility hatch, where would I be? I have to tell him that I don't think his crew is alive. Utility hatch. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but like, let's be real here. All right, we're gonna do a little cutty cut. Doo-ba-doo-ba-ba-bee-oo-doo. Just doing my standard maintenance work here, people. Ba-ba-ba-bee-doo-doo-doo. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-doo-doo. Get some of these little edges here. Usually if it's still attached, that means that something's attached to it still. Can I take it? Nope, it's still attached to something. That's strange, it shouldn't be. This should come clean off now. And it's not, which is worrisome. Ah, here we are. Move that to the side. All right, we have a big pipe now. Apollo, what should we do? Guess we follow it down, eh? But it's okay. Burnt Toast, what's up? What are you playing these days, friend? No one can tell me otherwise. I don't really enjoy legs in VR. I don't know what the hype is about.
The contamination is increasing in density.
The biomass feeds on power currents. Reactivating the ship's systems may make navigation more treacherous.
Rocket League,
We should
cool.
proceed with caution.
I mean, listen, I'm a man of caution myself. Gotta Jack, quiet down. We don't want the biomass to attack us. Okay?
That's the generator up ahead. The fusion reaction is completely inert. We'll need to execute a jump start.
A
How do
jump
I
start?
reboot the system?
We'll need 3 power cells to complete the procedure.
I'll collect what we need.
Okay, so here's the generator, and we need 3 power cells.
The generator is offline, but appears intact.
We can restart the fusion reaction using standard power cells. You should see what you can scavenge from the surrounding area.
Okay. Power cells it is. Seems to be... Let's trigger this, because this can help. Power cells. Great. Beautiful. I'm Silver 1 Division 2. My last game, someone was toxic to me. They lost, but still. You get them. I mean, in a very kind way, of course, but like, you go get them. Alright, so we seem to have to find a power cell in this area. That makes awful really uncomfortable. Okay, so this is...
I should be able to use this to recharge a drained power cell.
Oh, great. That's pleasant. We should also be able to cut this bad boy open. Thank you. Okay, so that's good. It's a charge station. There must be something this way. I see. You turn the power off, and those little things disappear, which is great because I don't like dealing with them. Hahaha, enjoy your time. Okay, we've turned the power off. So we should be able to freely search for a power cell amongst this ridiculous place. This does not seem like a good idea. This can't be right, chat, right? Oh, it actually is right because I can touch it now that it is deactivated. Oh yeah. Smart. Clay is so smart. Ah, beautiful. Interesting. Interesting. You know what we can do? Let's turn this off. All right, let's do this. So that we can freely touch things. Great. Oh, it's unpowered. So it didn't matter. Okay, it's unpowered. Oh, I know why it's unpowered. Okay, let's grab this thing. Great, we flip around and we move and shake. And it's unpowered because it needs that thing. Okay, I think we got it. Well, we have an idea of it. So we know a power cell here. This is unpowered, which is good to know. Man, this game is beautifully creepy. It's really well done. Makes me think, okay, so there's a generator here. That's also nice to know. So we can actually take that power cell and... what is the power cell in here? Nope. We'll actually leave it open. Oops. Monkey control. All right. We'll leave this open so that I know that I checked it. Okay. So we are checking the surrounding area, but we are also really bad at checking the surrounding area. Which tells me that I need to kind of go back to where I was. Do a time check. 11:11. Oh, time flies. Today was a very smooth stream too, by the way. This puzzle is getting particularly tricky. Is this openable? I don't think it is. I feel like some other power cells are going to be in there. All right, so now that I've taken a small lay of the land, I think what needs to happen is we move this out of the way. We stop moving here. We grab this. And let's see if we can get back to that other place that was powered. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Now the question is, where was that cell that I had? This part's annoying. I actually really hate those little bulbous things, and I'm wondering if I'm panicking. It's possible that I'm panicking. We're okay, chat. We're okay. Get our weapons out. Not really a weapon, but we're gonna call it a weapon. Oh, that's where that thing is. Yep, it's over there floating away. Can't keep running away. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna panic, chat. We're not gonna panic. We have a little bulbous guy over here. I guess I could have gone around the back, huh? I need this thing. Oh no. It's powered up again. Can I slip underneath, you think? So dicey. So dicey. Don't look up, chat. Don't look up. This is actually a terrible idea. I don't recommend. Negative 34 out of 10. I don't recommend doing that as a tactic ever again. Don't ever do that. That's a terrible idea. This part of the puzzle, it seems like it's going to take a long time. Oh, jeez. Okay, so now that we're back here, unfortunately so, okay, charging on the power station. Oh, this thing was on. Is it on? Is it working? I'm hitting my green screen. Let me reset. Okay, so this is good to go. So now we can take it back to the ship. Turn the flashlight back on. We have it moving. All right. Let's try this piece because this should work. Now. What do we need to say about it?
This looks like the starting mechanism. I'll need to bring the 3 power cells here.
Oh, they're in a row here.
Positive contact. The
All right.
power cell is in place and ready to fire.
I'll look for additional cells.
Okay, so we found one cell. The other one actually is pretty far away. Those I found those kind of hard to find. But let's keep going. I think we might be okay though. I think. Because that powered the power cell. This had what exactly? We can't do anything with this. I think we do have to turn this on, unfortunately. All right, let's keep going this way. Let's follow the arrows. I don't think this is a good idea. In fact, I know what we need to do. We're gonna go back to the center and we're gonna go around. That's the best approach to this. Turn that on and we're gonna go around. And when we go around, I think this is the way we have to go, right? Yes, this is right. Okay, this feels right. And I see the capacitor. Okay, I'm starting to piece the puzzle together. Starting to get it. Because this now should be powered. Yep, it is powered now. And powering this means that I can now open this door over here, which is great. We have a couple of iggly wigglies over there. Let's open this door. I see the power cell. I see some gross magic about to happen. There's some potential spores here. But this is where we need to be, yeah? So what we can do is be hidden. Good. Where'd it go? Oh goodness, now it's got all momentum-y and everything. All right. Grab it.
This power cell is drained. We'll need to find a way to recharge this before returning to the generator.
Oh, we know that. Come on. What's his name? Frank? Jack? Jack, or where? Okay, we'll turn this on, like so. And since this is powered now, we'll fly over. You know what's funny? I know it's a good question.
It's working. The power cell is accepting the charge.
Did it accept it fully? Is it all set? That's a good question for everyone in chat. What's a cartoon or TV show that didn't get enough love or attention it deserved? I played, you know, it's funny. I watched a lot of, my favorite, I say one of my favorite cartoons when I was younger was Darkwing Duck. Hey Glitch, would you ever play a VR story-based game? A story-based VR game? I know that you are a fan of Beat Saber and stuff. Would you ever do like a Resident Evil 4 in VR? Okay, now my issue is I don't know where the last one is. Couldn't tell you where the last one would be. It feels like it might have to be in some general direction of where I am now. Or it's here. That's great.
Another unpowered cell.
Thank
We'll
you.
need to recharge this one as well.
You watched an interesting YouTube vid on Darkwing Duck? What was it about? Yeah, Darkwing Duck would be my jam. Hi Glitch, how are you feeling after your like crazy drama of life? We're about to see, hopefully this does something really cool for us. You know, I was worried that this would be too slow for stream. It doesn't bother me. I'm enjoying myself. But hopefully you all are enjoying yourselves too. Why did my flashlight turn off? The flashlight is a little bit wonky. I actually don't love the flashlight mechanic in this game. I've never even heard of that blue, but I'm not surprised. Who here is participating in 4 in February for a chance to win some money from me? Who, did you participate last year? Come on. All right.
Injecting fusion material. You can now use the console to bring the generator back online.
All right,
Be
let's
prepared
do
to
it.
move quickly. Radiation levels will climb rapidly once the reaction begins.
But where do I have to go? Where am I going though? I don't even know where I have to go. He's telling me I gotta move fast. I don't even know where I'm going.
Power current stable. Radiation levels climbing.
Quickly, we should return to the cryo chamber. We may be able to revive the crew.
I want to revive the crew, but I don't know where I'm going. I'm so lost. Oh Lord. This way? Ah! As soon as it says hurry, I panic. Quay! Quay, what are you doing? I'm normally really good at this. Alright, we're gonna follow the yellow brick road.
I'd advise against prolonged radiation exposure.
Thanks for the advice.
Listen, I'm working on it, okay? Let's go. Oh, out? How's the game been? It's honestly been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I'm running into some tracking issues, not because of the game itself. I do think the game is a little old and it probably hasn't been updated fully for all the new tech. Because I think the developing team was focused more on Lone Echo 2. Kind of waiting for this thing to explode. You gonna blow up? Ah, it feels a little dark, but it's just because I'm only panicking. All right, we're good, we're good, we're good. All right, turn. Fly. Ooh, hold on. I'll acknowledge that follow in 1 second. I'm trying to make sure that I don't get... This is gonna be faster than me flying up. All right. How's radiation? Oh, looks good. Good. Am I stuck? Ah, here we are. Thank you so much for the follow. Good morning, guys. That's such a cool name. You've never seen the full body Rick?
Clearing radiation zone.
Excellent work. Now, we must revive the crew. The hibernation controls at the center of the room can release the security protocols and begin decompression.
You want to try it now? I don't even know if it works. Try it. With everything you need also. Thank you so much for the raid. Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure that I haven't lost my game. And then to make sure I can still see chat. That'll work to dance. What's 10 out of 10? GMG raid. Oh wait, you can't even see the game. But while we're doing that, thank you so much for the raid. Can we do a little hype here? For anybody who's brand new to the raid, my name is Clay. And normally, hold on. Normally I'm playing some sort of flat game. We jamming today. Can we get some hype emotes? Can we get some emotes in chat? I don't care whose channel it's from. Let's get some emotes in chat. While I figure out how to fix my game. But we can do that in a minute, because we dancing. Welcome in. Hello, peoples. Let me fix my game. Hold on, let me fix my game before we get back into it. Hold on. Why did it not work? Hold on, and I'm gonna greet you, I swear, I promise. Hold on, chat. Hold on. For some reason, my game is being so strange. What? We break something? We totally broke something. The raid broke it. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Clay. I'm a charity and variety streamer here on Twitch. And today is Saturday. Get it? Saturday? SATVR day. Saturdays we do something special. Well, mostly do VR because I'm a huge lover of VR, but I love my really great story-based games as well. So during the week, we do some, right now we're doing God of War Ragnarok on the PS5, and then on Saturdays we're doing Lone Echo, but we have a special Saturday coming up because once I beat this game, I have a cosplay stream for Titanfall 2. So we just got the last piece in the mail, and I'm so excited to share that with you all. So I'm excited. Okay, hold on. Bear the Hairless, hello. Jen the Fearless, look at all these names. Tim is here too. Recommended by Tim. Oh, Tim, you're the best. Hi, Jen. Hi, Tim. My goodness. And thank you so much. Good morning, guys. What were you playing? You were playing Fortnite. Exciting. Okay, I am trying to figure out how to... Oh, there we go. We're back. Weird. Okay, well, that's me. Let me know if you have any questions about VR. We're going to be probably streaming until we finish this section. But I'm so excited that you are all here. Thank you for the raid. And I hope you didn't make fun of my dance too much. Are we ready? Did we stretch? Oh, wow. 53, 58 for standing? That's pretty good for me. This is my actual heart rate if you're curious. Welcome. Well, welcome in, Raiders. All right, Tim, and I really, truly appreciate the recommendation. Let me get my chat back in headset. I feel like I've somehow that's broken for some reason. My poor laptop is on the struggle bus. Something's broken. Don't worry, I will be able to be with chat in a brief moment. Once I get this back and running. I see something is not quite right, which is fine. It's like, is the game telling me this is where I need to end? Because I don't want to end here. I wanted to see. Sleep start finally kicked in. Yes. All right, Banana, have a good one. Good night, Banana. Tim, how are you? So good. Leave my Mickey Mouse stream alone. Mickey Mouse is fine. He's fine. He's fine. Okay, let's see if Oculus wants to reset. Okay, we'll come back. We have link. Hold on. Oh wait, it's still trying to connect. Oh wait, hold on. Here, we're here. We're good. We're launching. Don't make fun of my stream, Emmy. I'm trying my best, okay? But I appreciate you so much, Tim, for recommending me. I think I'm a decent guy. Oh, this is not good. This isn't good. Because your best is awesome. It is, but this isn't my best. This isn't my best quality. But now the game doesn't show up. Hold on. The game doesn't show up in the headset, but you all can see it, right? Weird. I don't want to have to quit it though. I think I'm gonna have to quit it. I hope it doesn't. Okay, I'm quitting it. I'm quitting it. I'm quitting it. Hopefully, I can get back to where I was because I did all that work. If it makes me have to do that over, I am ending stream. But before that, it's fine. Tim, I really appreciate our recent connects and hanging out in Ed's stream and getting to know you a little bit more. All right, we're gonna have to force quit. Rough city. We're gonna force quit our Mickey Mouse setup here. I hate force quitting games. But let's try. Please don't be mad, game. Please don't be mad. Okay. You know what's funny? I've had 2 raids today and they've both broken something. And I blame my laptop. But we're not blaming raiders here. We don't do that here. Now we're hoping, chat. We're hoping and praying that we are left off where we were before. But raiders, tell me what games you're playing if you're still around. Serve your need. Walks away innocently. All right, you're the second raid that has broken stream. The loading screens are a little long on this one just because I run everything from my little bitty baby laptop, making it work. Come on, you're almost there. Almost there. Almost there.
The hibernation controls at the center of the
Ah,
room
yes.
can release the security protocols and begin decompression.
All right, we're good. We're good. All right. So. Jesus Christ. Why? Why? Hey, FBI. Okay, begin. See, the VR fans know the game. They're like, oh, you playing Hello Echo? Legitness. All right, let's see. Oop.
Accessing cryogenic systems.
Once the security protocols are released, you should be able to decompress each pod by hand.
Whoa, what? Is the crew still alive? The crew is not supposed to be alive. Oh my goodness. Do we think the crew, are they gonna be human? Chat, do we think they're gonna be human if I open up these pods? Holy crap. My Alex sense is kicked into those flashlight sequences. Telling you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna open them by hand. Oh my gosh, this is nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness. I'm so nervous, chat. Well, with that, we'll end stream here. Okay, we're gonna find out what's inside. Okay. Okay, what? What? You can't do that to me. This is a pivotal moment in the game. I'm gonna find out if there's a human on the other side of this cryo chamber. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I don't know if there's one. Whoa.
No sinus rhythm. No respiration.
E.T. Miller. Unfortunate. Sensor expertise would have been invaluable.
I don't know. Are people alive still? Oh, oh, oh my goodness. Chat. And, oh my goodness. They're human. This ship had human people all along? What? This ship had humans? Were they from another galaxy? Are they human? I don't even know.
Gunnery Chief Giles. Very resilient. A discouraging loss.
Is that it? We're not gonna see what the deal is?
Apollo, these are Atlas personnel. My captain and I are members of the Atlas Initiative.
Captain Olivia Rhodes, Prospecting Division. Disappeared 400 years ago in 2126. A very
What?
impressive file.
Disappeared?
I am sorry, Jack, but the Echo model has been obsolete for centuries. It is
What?
overwhelmingly likely your commander is dead and that you are malfunctioning.
What? Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. 400 years?
Ensign Leitner, Fire Controlman. 23 years old. Barely old enough to hold a commission.
What? What? But 400 years ago, she was missing 400 years ago. So this ship came from the future?
Looks like a senior officer.
Lieutenant Commander McClintock, Head of Tactical Ops.
Apollo, if the biomass compromised this cryo chamber, it is unlikely any other...
I have a duty to this ship and her crew. I must be sure. If we collect the commander's biometric data, we can use the TACCOM station to scan the rest of the ship for survivors, including our
Okay.
captain. Open the pod and find the I/O port on her spacesuit.
Data collection
that.
complete.
Processing. Access
Shout
code
out Girl
acquired.
Power Freedom Captain.
I should be able to access the diagnostic systems. Now, please, return to the TACCOM station and link me to the main terminal.
Well, hold on. I want to see what's in this one. Humans from 400 years ago. We're fighting a war. This one's empty. Empty. Okay. Not Clay poking his noses. Clay is just trying to make sure he's thorough. You know, like, in order for you to know they're alive, I need to touch them. Wait, what am I missing? What do I have to do here? Return to the TACCOM station. Where was that? Where's the TACCOM station? I'm not 100% sure where that was. Wait, we opened all but one. Let's open this one. Give me all your circuits. Could you imagine? Aww.
With these access codes, we can run a diagnostic sweep. Return to the TACCOM station.
This person even have a name. Okay, but where's TACCOM? I'm bad with directions, so maybe TACCOM is this way? Unknown? Maybe TACCOM is this way? I hope it is. Ah, here we are.
Help me upload to the main terminal here.
Okay.
Once I brought the diagnostic systems online, it should only take a moment to scan for survivors.
Well, Olivia Rhodes better be on this ship, and you're gonna be mad surprised when she is. You know? Okay. Insert. Nope, 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 nope. Dang it. Dang it. Come back here. I need to see. I need to see. I'm gonna end on a cliffhanger, chat. Another galaxy or the same galaxy, but just a different time. We're gonna find out. This game is great, man. This will go down in history as one of my favorites for sure.
Mainframe access achieved. Initiating scan. Please stand by.
All right, Apollo, do your magic.
No. There has to be more.
Apollo, what's happening?
There's no one left. I have failed.
Apollo.
This
Apollo! The safety of the Atlas Corporation is your responsibility. Live is your responsibility. Apollo, please, don't let me fail my mission.
Emergency.
Apollo.
Urgent distress call follows. Kronos 2 station compromised. Life support failure. All hands have abandoned ship.
Your station.
What?
It shouldn't exist. Kronos 2 was destroyed by a cosmic event.
Liv
You
is
were the
alive,
cosmic
Apollo.
event.
This is 2126. You were that cosmic event. You can still
Correct.
help me save an officer of the Atlas Initiative.
That's what I'm saying.
Accessing security logs. Please stand by. I
Apollo.
have detected an electrical disturbance in main life support. It appears someone is trying to access environmental control.
Liv, she's alive. How do I get there?
I'm opening a channel to your station's adjutant. I believe I can commandeer one of your Fury transports. You should be able to reach it through the airlock in this room.
Apollo, I'm so sorry for your peoples, but I appreciate your help. Oh my gosh, chat. It is 11:47. I have to go to sleep. But I need to see what happens next. I need to see. I need to see. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We get that back to our Fury transports. Chat, is Olivia still alive? I mean, this game has a sequel, so I'm assuming she is. Whoa. Oh, this is my Fury.
Shields at 50%.
Oh, shoot. Notice how silent it is,
Transport
chat?
reached.
I've input a new flight path to the main controls. Departing on your command.
Okay, we're doing it.
Select your destination.
I guess airlock? It's only one place, right?
Destination. USN Estrella. Central Life Support. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please
I
hold
don't even know where
on.
I'm going. Where am I going? Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh. This is bananas. It's silent because there's no air in space. So it's very quiet. Not even any like background music or something. Like a little I'm gonna save you, Olivia music. You know? Any of that? Wow. I literally have to hold on because if I don't, I'll fly away. Whoa.
Arriving at destination.
The exit door is at the rear of the cannon.
Oh man. The exit doors are at the rear of the cannon. No radiation. But I can't tell if that's because I'm still within my force field. Wow, Saturn, you look gorgeous, friend.
Shields at 95%.
I'm aware. We're gonna move fast. Too much radiation. Sorry I'm quiet. I'm just so fascinated with what's next here. Rear of the cannon. Is that right? Is this right?
Shields at 50%.
What's over there? There's a door?
We're closing in on your captain. The air duct here should connect to environmental control.
Oh man, chat, we're getting close.
Shields at 30%.
Oh, I know. Oh shoot. Ugh. There should be an induction panel somewhere here. Oh no!
Reboot initiated.
Radiation levels on the ship have increased. Please use caution.
Okay, I'm aware, but you didn't have to do me like that.
Shields
Cool.
at 95%.
I'm aware. I need to know too. I need to know if Olivia Rhodes is alive. We need our flashlights. Okay. Oh my gosh, chat. We're gonna find
Service
out.
access located.
This air duct leads directly to main life support. Not far now.
I need to know.
None of this
I
makes
need to-
any sense.
Chat.
Oh, I don't suppose there's a manual around.
That's her. Open. Oh my gosh. Ah. Yes.
Ouch, what the hell?
Liv?
Jack!
Yes.
You're really here?
Yes. Don't look so good, Liv.
Are you injured?
Oh, nothing permanent. I guess I have you to thank for that. But I'm down to my last tank. And it's running low on air. What's going on? This ship? There are people on here. They're wearing Atlas uniforms.
I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think the ship is ours. Just not from now.
What? Thanks, that really clears things up.
You're alive
How
though.
the
Look
hell
at your
did you find
face.
me?
But look at your face. Look at your face.
I, interfaced with the ship's computer.
Your systems
we
are
did.
compatible with this technology.
In a manner of speaking,
Jack, I think I can interface with the computer here.
I may be able to show you.
I know, crazy. I know. Just hang on. Hang on.
Jack, be careful with that. We don't know what anything in here does.
I'm
Oh,
familiar
listen,
with this
lady.
design.
You brand new. You brand new.
What are you
She's like
doing?
looking at.
Connecting to the
Listen,
main
Linda.
computer. Maybe it can help us.
I tried getting it online. I think it's trashed.
How long have you been here, Liz?
Systems compatible. Rebooting diagnostic protocols.
What the hell?
Identity verified. Captain Olivia Rhodes. Updating personnel files.
Jack, what's going on? Who? What is that?
Apollo.
This is Apollo, an AI construct I encountered on the ship. We've been traveling together.
In accordance with succession protocols, this ship, such that it is, belongs to you.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Seriously, Jack. What the hell is that thing?
It's Apollo. We just said that.
Apollo helped me track your movements through the vessel. In a way, we owe our reunion to him.
I guess. Thanks. Why are you
Olivia.
helping us?
It is my duty to ensure the safety of all Atlas personnel.
All right, Apollo. Tell me how to get life support back online.
Emergency systems are unable to cope with damage on this scale. To restore life support, we'll need to activate the main reactor.
Jack, can we trust this thing?
Honestly, we don't have a choice. Do we have a
I don't
choice?
see any other option. If we are to repair this vessel, we'll need the aid of someone familiar with its design.
Not exactly a ringing endorsement, but I suppose we're out of options. Apollo, can you restart the reactor from here?
Negative. The failure is mechanical. Someone will need to enter the core. I suggest a division of labor. I'll talk you through the repairs here, while Jack brings main power back online. His radiation shield should offer adequate protection.
I don't suppose there's another option.
Many. But their odds
She's
of success
alive.
are bleak.
Will you be all right here on your own?
I can't say I'm too keen on sending you into the heart of a malfunctioning fusion reactor the moment I got you back, but it doesn't really look like we have a choice, does it?
One of the access vents leads to a main artery of the electrical grid. If you follow the conduit there, it should lead you to the reactor. Captain Rhodes, there is a utility hatch behind you. Inside you will find the main power distribution block.
Acknowledged. On it. All right, Jack. I'll see you on the other side.
You're alive. I should end. This feels like Endgame, though. And I don't know how much time I have left in the game. Okay.
The power supply here is unsalvageable.
I'll splice a line in from the main power relay.
The current is incompatible. You could overload the lighting array.
Easily solved. We just need to improvise a transformer coil.
I don't even know where I'm going. Gotta head down that way. Let me at least figure out where I'm going, and then we'll wrap up stream.
Apollo? Are you only a hologram? Or do you have a body like Jack?
My core systems are housed
Or do
in
I
the
have a
ship's
body?
mainframe. The integration is intended to be permanent.
She's alive.
So
That's
Trapped
crazy.
here.
I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
I've dedicated my life to this organization, but I would hate to think I couldn't leave if I wanted to.
As an AI, I am undisturbed by the confines of my immediate environment. While
I think
fully
this is the right
operational,
way.
I had access to an interconnected cortex of system-wide information hubs. In many ways, I am freer than a physical entity.
Fair enough.
You are very adaptable, Captain Rhodes.
All right,
Well, she's
Apollo,
great.
you're the tactical AI. Is there an explanation for all the guns?
The Estrella was constructed as a ship of the line assigned to security detail on Ceres.
Ship of the line.
Ship of the
The
line.
solar system's been united since colonization began.
There is no simple explanation for someone from the colonial age.
The colonial age. When was this thing built?
The Estrella was christened on October the 26th, 2570.
400 years. My God.
Did you stop talking? I want to know. Oop. I think this is the wrong way. Not me being lost in my own game. Okay, I think this is where I need to end. I feel like I went the wrong way, which sucks. I don't see another easy way back over there. Which makes me think... Alright, let's go this way. Induction panel. I feel like this should be the way, but it doesn't seem quite clear to me. Let's get back to where everybody else is at. But I'm definitely in endgame territory, which is kind of nice. Is there any other instruction you can give me, though? Reach the reaction chamber. Which that was what that was. But your boy Clay gets lost really easily. What did you say it was again? I wish he could tell me. But I do feel like I came in this way, which makes me think it has to be this way, right? It just has to be. All right, we're gonna take one more shot at this spot over here. And then we will end stream once I see, hopefully I can figure out where I'm going. Right, like this feels right still. Sort of. Oop. We stop here. We fly through this hole. This all feels right. And I feel like I have to come back in a circle, which I don't think is correct. Because it says it's that way, but maybe there's a weird roundabout. Feels odd to have to do this. Nope, doesn't seem right. Okay. So we'll have to
Shields
find...
at 50%.
Oh wait, maybe this is a path. Now it feels right.
So, if you're from the future, what happens to us?
That information is of no strategic relevance.
Oh, come on. I am the captain.
Sure.
Do I have to pull rank?
Official records indicate Kronos 2 was destroyed by an unexplained spatial phenomenon. Olivia Rhodes was designated missing in action. There is no mention of Jack.
That's not exactly
Hey.
encouraging.
Apologies. I am programmed for fire control and tactical models. I do not excel at giving bad news.
Ah, fair.
No kidding.
If it is any consolation, there is no mention of my arrival in your time stream, so accounts of the incident are at best incomplete. If I believed our plight to be hopeless, I would classify this operation as salvage, not rescue.
Hmm.
Does make me feel a bit better, actually. I think.
Okay, we'll keep going. I was going to end, but I can't end yet. I can't end just yet. We have things. We have stuff. We have things and stuff. I don't want to end yet. Something's happening here. If I beat this game tonight, which can't quite tell if that's likely or not, because I am getting a little tired. If I beat this game tonight, such a great game, then next week will be Titanfall 2. Oh no!
The
Look,
contamination
chat.
here is significant.
The added energy of the ship's electrical systems appears to stimulate the biomass.
Yeah, it
So
does.
it's feeding on the systems we're about to reactivate. Great.
I didn't say it was a perfect plan.
He didn't. That's true, in his defense. Oh man. I already don't like this plan. I don't like anything about this. I should probably play Lone Echo 2 very soon. How am I gonna make this trip back? How in the world am I gonna make this trip back? Look at all these dead bodies. Oh my goodness, chat. Woof.
What class of reactor is this? Fusion, I assume?
Yes, but not the kind you would be familiar with. It is catalyzed by antimatter.
Antimatter? You're asking Jack to handle antimatter?
Oh, not directly. He'll just be pointing high-intensity plasma beams at it. It's very
Oh, okay,
simple.
simple.
You can handle that, can't you, Jack?
I'm busy. Leave me alone. I'm gonna let that one just burn away.
That is by far the least comforting silence I have ever heard.
Listen, Liv, I have to do what I gotta do. This is so disturbing. All right.
I've reached the control room.
Excellent. Once you enter the main chamber, assess the status of the satellite generators. They power the magnetic containment field.
Okay.
Is that how you stabilize the antimatter?
Affirmative.
Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here. I know, crazy, crazy. Feels so endgamey, but I want my sleep. Sleep is for the great. Ugh. And my battery is low. That's the time. I want to end it before it ends me. I see we got some batteries. We have a bunch of things we have to do. All right, so we'll get ready for end game, and then I'll maybe see if I can tee up another VR game to wrap up next Saturday's stream, and then we'll do Titanfall in 2 weeks. Or maybe I'll finish this game during the week. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's quit. Okay. Wow. What a game. Oh my goodness. My batteries are low, the quest is low, everything's low. Thanks for hanging out today, y'all. Let's do a fast raid out. I normally bring little Clay out, but it is really late and I am tired. Okay, thanks for this hanging out, y'all. I know it's late for some if y'all are still here. The commands, here is the sub raid and follow raid. And my internet is taking a minute. A poor internet. You did good today, laptop. You did good. I wish my OBS wasn't taking so much CPU though. Wish I could figure out why. I have an idea why. Let's free it up. Okay. Just a little bit. Because then I can free up some energy with closing Oculus. Great. That can then turn off. We can keep this off, so. And that is it for me. Fun times. So let's do this. What do we have online? We can do a fast moving. Let's do a quick raid out. We'll raid out to Scoldy. We love Scully. She's currently playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All right, team. I'll catch you all next time. Monday, back for some more Ragnarok. It's gonna be a good time. See you guys later. Bye.
Creepy zombie. I love the phone. Hey, Clay. 1 second, Clay. I'll be with you. Just digging, gardening, habitation. Where's this other zombie? Guys on. I can talk to Clay and thank him for the rain. Hold that close, sweetheart. There we go. Fancy we should stay home. Welcome. Welcome, Clay. How are you? What were you? We're gonna lose sound anytime I tab out of the game. This game is so annoying. It's so annoying to stream. It's kind of fun to play if you're a Buffy fan. Lone Echo. What is that? Thanks, Clay. I'll give you a fancy new shout out too. You can also pause just in case there are more zombies. Because I do not want to die. Because I would have to reset, like, checkpoints are terrible.